Join me as I dive into my own search history to see just how safe it really is. Can I handle the truth? The third-person effect is a psychological phenomenon where we tend to believe that others are more susceptible to the influence of media and social pressure, while we ourselves are immune to it. But have you ever stopped to think about how this bias might affect our perceptions of privacy and our search history? We're living in a world where our personal data is being harvested and monetized on a massive scale. And yet many of us are still surprisingly lax when it comes to protecting our online privacy. We're not just talking about the obvious stuff like password security and two-factor authentication either. I'm talking about the little things, like regularly deleting your browser cookies, using a VPN, and being mindful of the permissions we grant to our apps. The truth is, most of us are pretty cavalier when it comes to our online activity, and we underestimate the risks involved. We share our deepest secrets with our search engines, and yet we rarely stop to think about who might be watching, or how our data might be used against us. It's easy to assume that our search history is our own business, but the reality is that our online activity is leaving a trail of breadcrumbs that can be followed by anyone with the means and the motive. And once that data is out there, it's hard to get it back. The consequences of our online actions can be serious too. Identity theft, financial fraud, and even physical harm can all result from our carelessness online. And yet, despite the risks, we continue to share our personal data with abandon, often without even realizing it. So what's going on here? Are we just not taking our online privacy seriously enough, or is there something more at play? One of the most insidious aspects of the third-person effect is that it can lead us to overestimate our own abilities to keep our data safe. We think we're being careful, we think we're being private, but the truth is that we're often just kidding ourselves. We think we're too smart to fall for phishing scams, too savvy to get caught out by sketchy websites, and too careful to let our personal data fall into the wrong hands. But the reality is that we're all human, and we all make mistakes. The implications of the third-person effect on our online behavior are far-reaching. We underestimate the risks, we overestimate our abilities, and we end up leaving ourselves wide open to exploitation. It's like we're living in a perpetual state of denial, refusing to acknowledge the very real dangers that lurk in the shadows of the internet. But it's not all doom and gloom. By recognizing the third-person effect for what it is, we can start to take steps to protect ourselves, to take back control of our online privacy, and to regain some semblance of power over our personal data. Did you know that a recent study found that a staggering 70% of online users believe that they have control over their personal data, while in reality, only 30% of them actually do? It's a pretty eye-opening statistic, and one that highlights the massive disparity between our perceived safety and the actual risks involved in search history management. The truth is, we're not as safe as we think we are, and it's time we started taking steps to change that. So what can you do to take back control of your online privacy? The answer is simple. Educate yourself, be mindful of your online activity, and take steps to protect your personal data. It's not about being paranoid, it's about being proactive. It's about recognizing the risks and taking steps to mitigate them. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you've got any thoughts on search history safety, be sure to let me know in the comments below. And if you're looking for more tips on how to protect your online privacy, be sure to check out my previous video on data privacy tips. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos like this one, and I'll catch you all in the next one.